Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to lesson 12 of the MyListing course, Recreating the Canvas Starter Site. This is lesson 12, as I said, and it's going to be about ad listing flow and customer journey. By ad listing flow, I mean the ad listing process. So it's everything from educating the customer to the processes that they go through and their overall journey, which I also call here the customer journey. Okay. Before we dive in, a quick recap of the previous lesson. There was a lot going on. It was a pretty long video. Some of the things we touched on were the listing packages, listing subscriptions, paid listing packages, and how those are used to set up the demo listings, WooCommerce subscriptions, the ad listing page, the pricing page, looking at we implemented the MyListing pricing table switcher add-on from the MyListing Club. We did the very bare bones basic start of creating the expert listing type, just so we could show where you would adjust the package, some details about the packages if you wanted to. What else? We brought a handful of CSS packages in, whether it was like the final global CSS package, the pricing page CSS package, ad listing CSS package, and some others like the cart and the checkout. I brought over the how it works page, that's what we're going to do today. That's my fault. Today, we're going to bring over the how it works page, the get started page, and the reach further page, and just talk about how it all fits together. The previous lesson also had quite a bit to do actually with the ad listing flow, because you're talking about pricing, the ad listing page, and all of that stuff. But it's really hard. It's been really hard to lump some of these lessons together and finding out that sweet spot of what to include and how not to make the video go on forever, that sort of thing. So I apologize if maybe this seems a little disjointed, but doing the best I can with this without keeping you guys on super long videos. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. And I'm going to move this to my other screen because I want to make sure I don't forget any of this stuff. Looking at where we are in the project template, I have here in the order of these cards, listing taxonomies. We are not doing that as a separate task in this video, at least. This is part of the in progress task, which is the MyListing worksheets. As I've said in previous lessons, what I would typically do in a project, whether it was my own or with a client, I would give them this entire task to do at the very beginning so they can start working on all of this stuff. But we're going to get to this stuff later on, okay? I'm only bringing this up because I'm going to delete this listings taxonomy task. And then that now brings us up to, we're going to do the how it works page first, and then move over to the get started page. And then what was the other page? Oh, reach further. Okay, so we'll do that last. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Let's go look at our pages and see what we have created so far. Do we have the how it works? No. Okay, so we're going to just create the how it works page. So new page, how it works. You can name this whatever you want, but again, we are replicating the Canvas starter site, and I'm going to publish this. I'm going to edit it with Elementor. I'm going to pull up this page over on Canvas. And I'm going to do just literally copy all the content from the Canvas page over to this replicated sites page. Okay, to do that, if you want to see, if you didn't see some of my other videos and you don't know how to do this, if you just scroll down to the blank area at the bottom of template or a page or whatever, right click, copy all content. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose paste from other site, Control V to confirm, and just let that populate. Obviously, if you're trying to replicate the Canvas starter site yourself, and you're not going to buy the whole starter site, you can download and import the template. Works in very similar fashion. All right, so we've got some stuff in there. You see it doesn't look right. It doesn't look complete. So we're just going to go ahead and click update and then refresh the page. Sometimes this just happens with Elementor, and it's just what you got to do there. Okay. The way this sometimes comes over is that you'll have to do a little bit of extra work, depending on if you didn't bring over some of the products from Canvas, meaning the global CSS package, you haven't set up your site settings in Elementor the same and all of that. It's not going to copy over 100%. So if you're trying to replicate the Canvas starter site, you just need to go get those things and import them into your site, and then import these templates. Otherwise, you just need to adjust it to what your site is using based on your global fonts and your global colors and whatnot. Okay, so I'm just going to set this up for as Canvas is. This heading right here on Canvas uses small bold, so I've already got this set up in my global fonts. Typography, and I said, what did I say? Small bold, I already forgot. Small bold. All right, so there it is. Here we go. That's how that looks. I'll say it one more time because we're going to deal with 3 separate pages here. This stuff is all available from the club for you to download and import into your site, meaning the site settings. Anything under here is available as a download. Okay, it's called the style kit. Okay, that's the easiest and the cheapest way to get a hold of what I'm working with here as far as the styling is the style kit. Okay, moving down here, we've got an image, so you can put whatever image you want in there yourself. Looking at this, let's see here. This is using extra small bold, this element right here. There we go. And it's using a background color of, let's get that, grab that here. It's using a background color of, I guess something in the way over here. Let's see. Background color is accent 10% opacity. So I'm going to click on that and go to background. 10% opacity. You see here it's looking for, it's already set up and it looks like it's trying to look for this color, but it may not exist. And you need to set it. So accent 10% opacity. So there we go. Because that's the same for all of these, we're just going to copy that style. So right click on the element, copy, paste that style into all 3 of these items. Okay, and that is that. And then join MyListing course. That's dynamically pulling from the site title, as you can see over here. So that's why that would have said join Canvas otherwise. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. While we're at it, I'm going to save this just so we have apples to apples. I'm going to go over here into settings, WordPress, general. And I'll set this site title just to Canvas, just to get an accurate representation of how this stuff is going to look. So let me refresh this page again. Okay, there we go. So that looks good. All right, so then this heading right here, we're going to style with Canvas. It's using small bold. So we go to our global fonts, small bold, and we're going to just copy that style again across all of these. All right, so that's those. And then moving on, what else do we need to change? The buttons, all that looks good. You put whatever image that you want in there. The background for this, I used, let's see, what did I use? This container's background was 10% opacity. So style, background, 10% opacity. There we go. And then this next one down uses a background of canvas gray. There we go, canvas gray. Okay, so that's those. And you can copy this style too. So right click on the container, copy, paste style. So we got every other one we're trying to style here. Let's paste the style here. Okay, that's good. And let's go up and copy the style for this container. There we go. All right, that's starting to look really good. And what's next? I'm not sure why these two images aren't coming in. That's kind of interesting. Why some did and some didn't. But anyway, you're going to change those anyway on your own site, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so that's all done. Let's get to this Canvas offers section. And for this heading, I used small. There we go. And then for these, we did, these are CTA cards. And for these, let's see how I did these. So I started with accent 20% lighter and then moved up. All right, so click on the first card, accent 20% lighter. That's set under the hover effects, accent 20% lighter. There we go. And for the heading size, I used small bold. So content. And then the title, small bold. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly copy this style over. It's not meant to be the same across the board, but I'm just going to do it to get that heading done. And then I put the hover, see when you hover over it, it's gray. So I made both of these the same color. So 10% accent, 20% lighter, I just set this the same. You may want to set this to be, different on hover. That's totally up to you. And then I did, we'll go through all these cards. So first, and then we'll circle back and do the ribbon. So we did 20, and then so this one should be darker as we go to the right. So this would be, if this one's 20, then this one would be 10% lighter. Let's set that on hover as well, 10% lighter. There we go. Moving on to the right, we know that this next one should be the accent color. Go, accent, and then hover, accent. And then this next one, we want to be darker than the accent. So we're looking for 10% darker, accent 10% darker. There we go. And then again on hover. There we go. Okay, now for the ribbon, what I'm trying to do is from memory, but I'm not going to. I'm going to look back here. So I believe what I did, yeah. So for whatever the value is of the actual card, so for example, this is 20% lighter. So whatever that is, I went even 10% more lighter on for this ribbon. So where it says offer here, okay. So ribbon, we need that to be 10% lighter than the card, which was 20%. So we need a 30% lighter on the ribbon. There we go. And over here, same thing, ribbon. If the card itself is, so we want that to be match the previous card. That's the easiest way to look at it. So that'd be 20% lighter. And then if it's accent, we want that to be, lighter yet than the accent. I know might seem kind of confusing. I'm probably making it sound more confusing than it is, but you get the idea. Okay, so if the card is the accent color, we need to go accent 10% lighter. There we go. If this card is accent 10% darker, then we need the background of the ribbon just to be the accent, which it already is. Okay, I'll go ahead and update the changes there before I forget. And then for the buttons, I just matched the ribbon. Okay, so for the button, this one is going to be, since the card is 20% lighter, we need the button background to be 30% lighter. There we go. And we need the border color to be the same, 30% lighter. There we go. And I'm just going to fly through these real quick just to match all of these up. what did I do there? I didn't go light enough. So let's go another one. There we go. There we go. Almost done. Thanks for bearing with me here. Getting close. Now the alternative here, when I build these, sorry, this one should be accent. When I build these, I have a decision to make. Do I make it so it pulls from the global styling and it's just going to be like we're doing here? Do you help the starter site customers more, or do you help those that get the templates? Because if you get the templates, you're seeing what's happening is you just got to kind of go in and make it your own. Whereas I could set the templates to be hard coded to a certain color and a certain font, but what if your site doesn't use those fonts and it doesn't use those colors? You see what I'm saying? It's impossible for me to guess what it is that I'm going to be delivering this stuff to, these templates to, who's going to use them. So it's geared more towards, unfortunately or fortunately, the starter site customers, right? It's because that's a given that they're going to use the same layout, the fonts, the colors, and all that stuff. It's all built in, right? Hopefully that makes sense of why we're having to do this, because you're probably going to get this and your colors aren't even going to be blue. So you're going to come in here anyway and you're going to go like red, lighter red. You see what I'm saying? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But it's not that big of a deal. All this stuff is very easy to change. It's Elementor after all. They make it super simple. All right. I think we're good enough. I think you get the idea. But yeah, it all looks really good. Actually, down here, let's get this one. Let's get this one done. We're just going to change this. Obviously, we want to color a white on this. And we're going to use a font size of medium. But the reason I'm going through all of this is for those that, just to help people recreate this, or starter site customers to even understand how it is that I built this stuff, okay? I'm just matching up all the colors here to what I want. There we go. The button should be black. There we go. That all looks good. That all looks good. All right, so we'll go ahead and update that. All right, this looks good. This down here is a subscribe form. The idea is to use this to get people into your newsletter. So I wanted to point that out, why that's there. Okay, this all looks good. Good enough for what we're doing here. Okay, so we have the How It Works page. Let's go ahead and open up and we'll create these pages in our menu as we go along. So Appearance, and then Menus. Start to get this navigation built out. So on the Canvas starter site, I'm going to pull up the front end here, and we have under More, then How It Works. So Menus, we're going to add How It Works under More, and it's going to appear at the top. And I assigned a Layers icon in front of it using MyListing's ability to shortcode ability to give you those custom icons. So I'm just going to copy this from the Canvas site and paste that in. There we go. So that's done. What else? Are there any other pages that I can add? Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll add Store. It's the shop page, but I called it Store. And I'm going to drop in the navigation label from Canvas. So that's ready to go now. And what else do we have? In the menu, we have Store and then Blog. Yeah, we can add that. I think I created that page. All right, we'll come back to that. I don't think I've created that page yet. All right, that's fine. No worries. Vendor registration. I know we created that in a previous lesson. go. Let's add that. And then for that one, I used this navigation layer label. Can't talk, sorry. There we go. Save that. Refresh the home page here and look at our navigation. There we go. There's the how it works, pricing, store, cool. All right. Next up is the get started page. So same process. I've copied all content from the Canvas starter site. We're going to paste it in. Again, just kind of keep reminding you, this same process you would take is you would just be importing it using how Elementor's import options. All right, I'm going to update this and refresh the page just to see what all that does to fix the layout here. Thank you, Elementor. All right, so same exact concept. I want to roll through it all in case people want to see that. All right, so for this heading here, we're going to use small bold, this one right here. So style, and then find our global font, small bold. There we go. And then starting with this CTA, we went, they're all Canvas gray backgrounds. But as far as like the ribbon and stuff, we want to go 30% lighter. Okay. So all of these are going to get Canvas gray for the background. So we can go ahead and start that. You want to do what's similar across all of them, whatever that color you choose to be for yourself. We know that this is going to be the same across all, so we can go ahead and do that. But you see that still our text isn't coming through. So we need to set that to black, which is going to be the same across all. So that's something else we can set globally here. So we're going to set that to canvas black. Our description is going to be canvas black. And I think that is everything that's going to be the same across all our cards. We're going to set these to, what did I set this to over here? Let me see. Accent. So over here I set, sorry, not that. The content, the title, I chose medium. So we're going to do medium for the title. So where it says join, okay, that's set. The description is body, which should be that by default, and it is. And for the buttons, I went with a little bit of a smaller font on this than I typically do. I went accent. So button, accent. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this across. Copy style, paste style, all the way across. I'm not going to get into how this page was built. I've got other videos on how I break down all of that. I just want to get all of the styling in place. Okay, starting with card 1, we are going to do, let me refresh my memory, 30% lighter, and we're going to get darker as we go across. All right, so button is 30% lighter, and that means that our ribbon is 30% lighter to match. There we go, and we'll just keep working our way. So the next one will be 20. And the button would be 20. All right. I'm just going to fall silent for just a bit, and I'm gonna knock all of these down. Okay, there we go. And let's see here. That should do it. Let's go ahead and save our changes. And that looks identical to the Canvas site. All right, we will look at how this works here in a second. But yeah, that styling looks good. And we'll go ahead and close this page and we'll do our last page here, which is our Reach Further page. So pages, and then, okay, we need to create that. So Reach Further. Publish, edit with Elementor, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy everything over. Where is the, let's see. Cool. Yeah, I wanted to look at something real quick. Okay. Reach Further, copying all content from Canvas, and I'm going to paste it in. While that's populating there, I'm going to go back to my menu, refresh, and I'm going to add that page to the More menu. So here's our Reach Further page. We're going to add, I think I added that. Let's see. No, I did not add that to the menu. That's my fault. Did I add? I added that to a different menu. Okay. All right, let's go back to our Reach Further page. Same thing that we've seen already. And what I'm actually going to do here is a trick. I'm going to pull up the How It Works page because it's a very similar design. Okay, and we're just going to start copying some of these styles. Okay. There's a lot of people out there that don't even know that you can do this, that you can copy styles like this. I've seen it over and over with clients where they didn't even know this was possible. And I am having keyboard difficulties. Paste style. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go back to the top and let's do the next ones. It's just a really quick way to get those styles copied and transferred over to other elements that of similar nature. I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. With Elementor, you never know what's going to happen, unfortunately. So I like to save my changes as often as possible. You'll hear me say throughout this course if you haven't already. I'm going to copy the style of this as well and put that in. We're going to do that with every other one of these. Let's see what I did for booking. That's different. Okay, this one. Cool. That's that. And then we're going to go and grab background styling of this one. Okay, that is that. That all looks good. That all looks good. I just noticed I did something with these. Let me see what I did with these. With these, I think I just put a gray background. Should just be all there is to it. Yeah, okay, so assign the canvas gray background to these. There we go. And I'm just going to copy that style and paste that style on all of these elements. And I missed that on the How It Works page, I believe. Let's see if I have any of those on here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just paste that style over here since I forgot. Okay, next up, these cards right here. The good thing is we already have these things styled, so we don't have to go through that whole thing again. So paste style, paste style. You could also do like a copy and paste of the containers if you want. So you could delete the container over here, copy the whole container over here, and just bring over everything. That's another way you could do it, but this is pretty quick, as you can see here. Okay, we got to get that other heading. So copy that. All right, this is all looking good. This is all looking good. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's get this down here done, and we're done with this. Go, looks good. Okay, so we just that fast, we've got our reach further page done, or how it works, our get started. Let's refresh our home page and make sure we've got all the menu items we need to do our next stuff here. More, how it works, pricing. Get started is up here. Reach further is going to be in the footer. So down here we have under platform, we need to build out that menu. So we're going to go back to our menus. We're going to create a new menu. So I'm over on Canvas and I'm going to pull up what I call the footer platform menu. Okay, so we're just going to name this so it's easily recognized, footer and then platform. And by platform, I mean, it's using the platform. What pages are relevant to the platform, which we see here, that sort of thing. So let's go back here, platform, create menu. And as part of the platform, we want to add the reach further page, the how it works page, we want to do the get started page, we want the support page to be in here. It's part of our platform. So support. We want our account page to be in here. So our My Account page. I'm going to rename this just account. So I'm going to change the navigation label to just account. And blog page, I'm going to go ahead and create that since since our menu is asking for it. I'm just going to go ahead and create that now. So I'm just going to call this blog, publish, refresh my menu. There we go. Add the blog page to the platform menu. And then last up is our shop page, our store page. I'm going to add that. And you can continue just to call it shop if you want. I just like to call it store in some cases. So I'm going to keep calling it store on this site. Save our changes. Okay, so we have our footer platform menu set up. Okay, so now we need to edit our footer to include that new menu. So we're editing our footer with Elementor, since that's how it's built. We're going to go under the platform menu, and we see that it's already assigned the footer platform menu, so we are good to go there. We refresh our home page. It should be there. I'm not sure why it's not. Let's set this to a temporarily to a different menu, and then we'll set it back. See if that jars something loose. I think I did. Let me see what's going on here. I'm not sure why I have two footers. That's weird. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but let's do this. I'm going to put a slug of old on this so I can put the real slug on this one. So I'm going to clear out the slug here. So this will be footer now. I'll delete this old one. That was weird. Okay. So now we should be good. Nope. All right. Let me go back here. Let's go to find that footer. Let's edit it. As bizarre. And we got another 404 page. That is weird. It's like there's duplicates of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and fix this real quick. Okay, there we go. So this is our real footer. Here we go. Now we're editing that our menu here, and we need to choose footer platform. Cool. Update. Let's refresh, and now it'll be there. There we go. So here's our platform menu. That's all good. Our header's good. Our footer's good. We've got everything we need. All right. So as I said in this video, it's this beginning of this lesson, this video, it is the add listing flow, the customer journey. So what all does that mean? So a customer comes here, and with a typical MyListing website, like if all you do is install the demo, or you just install MyListing fresh and you build everything from scratch, the user has no idea about pricing. They have no idea of anything really. They're just lost. And typically you just see up here in the corners to get started, you'll see like an add listing button, and it's just not a good experience for anyone. Okay. So instead we use a get started page. So a user comes here, let's say, okay, they're not ready to get started because they're not really sure what this thing is all about, right? So they might come over under here and go, oh, how it works. Yeah. Show me how it works. So they click on that and they come in here and then they read about it. What is this? This is when we start getting to know you. You must create an account, and you start educating people, and you give them CTAs along the way. Join Canvas. You can give someone else, you can claim your listing, and it gives them a little bit of instructions on how to do that, and just takes them through some stuff here. And you can mix in a little ads, some of your upsells, your whatever you want to do there. Get them on your newsletter, into your newsletter. But give them education. Let them know what they can expect with your website, and give them calls to action, steps to take. Okay. All right. So maybe they're like they got through this, and maybe they got to the bottom. Like, okay. I scroll back. Oh, get started. Let's just get started. Okay. Then they're going to get this page, and it walks them through step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It walks them all through all the steps, and it gives them more education. So let's say, for example, they're starting back at the home page and they just happen to click get started. Then again, they're getting some education in here already. You're not just throwing them to the wolves so they can figure it out all on their own. That sort of thing. One thing I noticed, and yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. I was just thinking random thoughts. I was looking at a little bit of styling is off here. These buttons are supposed to line up, but I'll fix that. Anyway, not really important for this video, but that is this is all part of the ad listing flow, the customer journey. Help them along the way. Okay, so they come here, get started. Let's say, they don't have anything to claim. They just want to list. Okay, so they click list. And nothing's going to happen here as this is because we haven't connected all of the components here. So the next thing we need to do on this one is we need to give them an ability to add the listings, because we're creating a custom experience outside of the default MyListing experience. Maybe you've seen those flipping cards that have the listing types on them. Not the best experience in the world. So we give them a custom experience here. So as part of that, we need to bring over a template, which is going to be called from this CTA, the list. Okay, so let me bring that over. So I'm just over on the Canvas site, and I'm looking for the template to bring over, and it should be the add listing pop-up. Yeah, there we go. So I've exported it. I'm going to import it now into the site. We need to edit our get started page because we need to call that pop-up. So we go back over here to the get started page. We need on this listing CTA, we need to call that pop-up. So Make sure I've got the right one there. So for content, we need to choose the pop-up, and we click on the word pop-up, open pop-up, and we need just to select it. So we're going to type in add listing. There we go. Let's update that. Refresh. There we go. List. Now, when this comes up, you'll see again. You need to edit that as well. So we go back to the templates. Here's the template we imported. So we're just going to edit that. And because you're not a starter site customer and you're trying to replicate this potentially, you just need to make it your own, whatever you want to do here. So I know off the top of my head, we're going to use a background for these icon boxes of canvas gray. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to pull this up on Canvas just to make sure I tell you exactly which global font that I used. And it is extra, extra, extra small. All right. So the title is going to be extra, extra, extra small. There we go. And this is going to be the same for all of these icon boxes. So we're going to get this knocked down really quick. Copy the style as we've done before, paste style, paste style, paste style, or build this again, however it is you want. Paste style, save. Let's refresh our get started page. Click list again. There we go, just that fast. One thing you'll notice though is there's no overlay. There should be an overlay on that pop-up, and that's just because again we need to set our color. So we go back to that pop-up, and now we go. If you go to the bottom left-hand side of this template, because it's a pop-up, that's where you set some additional settings. So we click on that little cogwheel there, and we go to style, and we need to set the overlay. And for that, we have a global color already set up, and it is called pop-up overlay. Update, save. Okay, let's try this again. Boom, there we go. Much better experience. Now, within the pop-up, we see that if we click on one of these icon boxes, they'll have a link in there, and that's where you start to get into the add listing process. We need to update the URL to match the our actual website, right? Okay, so we've got that in there. Just make sure that's accurate. All right, so that is going to get us into the add listing process for this listing type. We don't have the other listing types even started yet, so we're just going to look at this one listing type. All right, let's refresh again. List, expert, boom. Now we are in the add listing flow, and they can choose their package. When we get our listing types built in another lesson, this submit form will all be built out and ready to go. But yeah, we are rocking and rolling. Obviously, if you come in here, you're going to want to set all of these. Over time, Canvas is going to have additional listing types. Not really important for this lesson, but it's just what I have in there to launch it. But you're going to want to go through each of these and update these, and we'll do that later as we go along. Okay, but for all intents and purposes, this is ready to go. All right, so what's next? If we go back to the Get Started page, what if they want to join? How we look in there? That's good. We go to the custom, we would go to the custom login page. Obviously that link is wrong. You just got to go and update all of your links. If you're with a host like Kinsta, they make it really, really simple to do that in one shot. I'm also going to show you how to do this in Elementor. So we can go to general settings, dashboard, Elementor, tools, replace URL. And we're going to replace anywhere we see Canvas. If So I can type canvas. I got to make sure I get this right. Canvas. No, it's not. I guess it's not a huge deal. If the old slug isn't right, it's not as big a deal as you get this new slug wrong. Got to get them both right. Canvas.mylisting.club. Okay, so I'm telling Elementor anywhere you see canvas.mylisting.club, let's update it with the new URL. Okay, so let's go ahead and run replace. I always recommend you do a backup before you run this. So, by the way, we see that 49 instances were changed. Let's go ahead and clear that. Now, without doing anything else, these URLs should just be ready to go. All right, let's click join now. There we go. So now we see that's got the right domain and everything in there. Okay, so that's taking us to our custom login page, and that will look that page will look even better when it's an actual user that's not logged into the website. All right, if we click claim, what do we got? We got nothing. Okay, that's because this CTA is looking for the claim pop-up. So we're going to do the same process again. We're going to go over to Canvas. We're going to pull down the claim listing pop-up. We're going to import it in. We're going to edit it. It's got very similar styling, as we see. The search box, let me pull it up over here. So I'm pulling it up over on my other screen. I'm going to make sure I tell you guys the correct colors and everything. So for this search box here, I am doing a background of canvas gray. So advanced tab, background, canvas gray. All right, that looks good. Below that, we see here we have a link. So we got to make sure that link is in here. Okay, so that's fine because it's not calling a specific domain. So we are good there. Our search is set up to pull from all of our listing types on the site. Okay, because we have the expert listing type at least started, this will, we've got something going on. And then this is a special feature here that I won't go too much detail, but what it allows you to do is close one pop-up, open another one seamlessly. So that's why that is there. I've got a video on how that is set up. Okay, so now we need to go back to the get started and we need to specify our claim pop-up. So open pop-up, type in the word claim, choose that pop-up, update. We also, remember, we need that pop-up overlay. So we're going to go back to the cogwheel, style, overlay, choose our overlay color that we're using all throughout the site, update, save. Let's refresh our get started page. Let's click claim. There's our pop-up that comes up. And we could now do a search for listings if we had some in there. Okay. What I could do real quick just to show you that is working is we can add a new listing. We're going to call this expert 1, expert. And again, we have not set anything up. This is just for testing the claim listing box here. All right, I'm going to refresh, claim, start typing some words. That should have produced something in there. I also want to make a change here. So I used extra small semi-bold for this. So right here, I'm going to style this with extra small semi-bold right there. And I'm going to apply that also to the to this one, I think. There we go. I think that's how I did it on Canvas. Let's see here. Yeah, that was in there as well. Okay, so both of those look good. Let's save our change there. So remember when I showed you there was that special feature where you can like seamlessly open one pop-up and close another. So let's say you open the claim listing pop-up and it says, find and take control of any listings you have on our platform. No listing to claim, click here to add one. Closes that pop-up, opens the add listing pop-up seamlessly. Conversely, if you were to open the list pop-up first, and it says, wondering if you already have a listing on our platform, click here to find out. It closes that one, opens the other one. So that special little code in those pop-ups is what makes that happen. I'm not sure off the top of my head why this is not working. It should. We have our listing type in there. We have our listing type. We have our listing published. Let's do this. Let's match this up. Let's do let's match up. So what I called this was expert. We're gonna do apples to apples here. See, we're gonna do the topmost package, which is I'm called P4 because it's package 4. That's if you've ever curious when you look at the starter site why I named the stuff the way I did. This just means expert. This is like one of their professional titles, and it's package 4. Okay. And so for this, now when we created those in a previous lesson, we created those paid user packages to use for demos. This is where it comes into play. So now under package, over here on the right-hand side, we click switch package, and we assign that package 4 here. Okay. And I believe it's this one, 221 is the name of the package. So if I go over users, paid listing packages, 221 is the name of that, and it's package 4. So that's correct. So we're matching those up. Okay. Package 4 should do more than this though, but I'm not worried about that right now. Let's just see if this jars anything loose for us here. I know what it is. Brain fart, we are missing a code snippet. Okay, that is my fault. But we needed to do this stuff anyway, all right? So WP code box, I'm gonna add the snippet that we need. This is a special thing that this is not, MyListing does not allow this out of the box. Okay, so new snippet. The title of this is, and you can get this from the club, obviously. It's allow quick search in Elementor pop-up. This is why we're doing all this, is to recreate this stuff together to learn how to do all of this. All right. This is of type JavaScript. So creating a new snippet of type JavaScript. All right. And I'm going to copy all of the code, paste it in. Cool. I'm going to drop this. I'm going to create a new folder here called JS. Actually, I called it JavaScript on the starter site. So let's match that up. JavaScript. Just to keep everything nice and tidy, I'm going to move that snippet over into the JavaScript folder. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Let's refresh the page. Claim. Start typing. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's a special feature, that code snippet there, that allows that to work in a pop-up. It will not work otherwise, folks. Okay, so we're good with join, claim, list is good to go. Approval. After successful checkout, listings are submitted to our team for approval. Click on the approval button. Where's that going to take us? That's going to take us into the MyListings dashboard where they can, see their listings that are now on the platform. Let's go back. Reach. This is going to should take us to our Reach Further page. We see that this is going to the Canvas starter site. Okay, so we just need to update our CTA here to point to this site. Again, you can do the find and replace URL using Elementor or your host or whatever. No problem. I'm just going to do it manually right now. Okay, if we refresh, now the reach should take us to our actual reach page on this site. And it does. If we look at the URL up there, cool. And lastly, repeat. Add more listings to our platform to cast a wider net and gain more exposure. So if they click repeat, let's see what happens. Nothing happens because it is not set up. So we need to go into that card. And what it's looking for is the add listing pop-up again. Okay, so we now have that set, and let's go ahead and refresh the front end. Repeat, brings up the add listing, cool. All right, so our get started page is done. So let's really quick, let's recap. They come in here, they can join, that takes them to the login page. They can try to claim a listing. They can add a listing. They can click here in approval, a step forward to go see their listings in their dashboard that are approved. Reach is going to take them to the Reach Further page. And this is going to walk them through about how they can do more on your platform. This is a great way for you to monetize further. Educate them about listing promotions, educate them about doing Google reviews. We're going to do that later on in another lesson. Get them into your product store and sell them stuff. Here's some more advertisements. Upsell your booking. We'll talk about that in another lesson. Talk about how they can get a verified badge by purchasing a certain listing package, get them into your newsletter, and so on and so forth. And then lastly, we're just saying, repeat by adding more listings to the platform. All right. Jumping back here, let's look at the how it works page again. We tell them, join. Talk about claiming, similar stuff, add listing, and all of this stuff like join is going to take them to our login page. I know already that we're going to need to edit some stuff, so I'm going to pull up the how it works page here. I see some styling I want to fix too, and we're also going to have to fix some links, so I believe. So quickly, I'm going to fix these. So I'm going to copy that style, paste in here. Get these all to match up. That looks good. That looks good. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's go look at our links and see what we've got here. We know the join link works. Claim. We need to fix. It's just about, again, it's just about the URLs or pop-ups, I should say. So if we click pop-up, we need to choose claim listing. This next pop-up is add listing. There we go. You will obviously configure all of your ads to do whatever it is, whatever products that you want to put there. Build listing update plan. We see the link here is already updated. This is going to take them to their listings dashboard, and then it kind of educates them about how, like, if they upgrade to the top package 4 plan, they're going to get more perks. Listing approval. This is CTA to go shop offers. This is just going to go to your store. Reach further is going to go to your reach further page, which it does. And then down here again is getting people into your newsletter form. All right, so how it works is good. They can come in that way and learn. We've already talked about pricing in the previous lesson. This is your store, vendor registration. Get started. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? How it works, get started. The reach further page. All right, so let's quickly go over this. Again, this is to get them into your, to monetizing more for you, but also to help them to get more exposure, to get more business. It's a double-edged thing. It's a win-win for you and your customers. So it's really important that you get them in here and start educating them. So listing promotions, if they want to promote, you click Start Promoting, and then that takes them back in here and you educate them as we did. We gave them instructions, ready to promote. Click the button below and the promote icon on the listing you wish to promote. So we give them that education, and then they would click promote here. All right. Let's go ahead and click that. We see that we have all of the packages in here. So that's all set up and ready to go. Let me look at Canvas and show you what we've got going on over there. So this is what we're ultimately going for, the styling and everything. So with the promote, you see the styling, obviously you see the packages that you own, and then you see this is a unique thing here. Okay, learn more about listing promotions. So that is definitely something that we want to do. When you click on that, then it takes them to the support page where they can learn about promotions. Okay. Okay, so let's look at styling those, and let's see. So I'm over in WP Codebox on within the Canvas site. So I need to go over here to WP Codebox. We're going to create a new snippet. We're going to call this MyListing Dashboard. Okay, so this will be all of the styling for the MyListing Dashboard. This is a CSS snippet, and we want to run it in the footer, front end footer. And we need to open the conditions builder. We're going to add a condition, and we're going to say, apply this CSS anytime that the word the slug is my dash account. So page URL contains my dash account. That's going to cover all of the MyListing dashboard. Save our changes. And I'm going to paste in the code here. Save, enable, and now let's refresh. And we'll see a difference right away, a big difference. Okay, everything is nicely styled. Now if I click promote, we see that those promotion cards all look good and are properly styled. Okay, so how did we get this in here? So where is the, pull this back up on the Canvas site. So how did we get that link in here? When you click promote, how do we get this down here? That's what we're going to look at now. All right, so we are connected to the site, and we're also connected to Canvas. Let me refresh to make sure we are connected. So we need to do a bit of editing some files. All right, so we've got the theme file, the MyListing child theme installed. And we need to do some just a little bit of easy work manipulating some files. All right, so on Canvas, we're browsing the file system. It might take a while. It's got to probably reconnect here. You know what? Let me do something else. Let me stop that, and I'll reconnect again. For privacy reasons, I need to do this on my other screen because I have a lot of clients that I'm connected to. So there's that. All right, so I'm connected now to the course website, and now I'm going to connect to Canvas in another tab. There we go. So it just needed to be refreshed. Okay. So now we're browsing with FileZilla, a free application to browse the file system for both of these websites. I'm now on Canvas, and I'm going to browse to the child theme. I've already got this set up, and I'm going to try to recall where I have this set up. We're going to go under Templates, Dashboard. There we go, and Promotion. So this is the full path, Templates, Dashboard, Promotions. So I'm going to copy that path. Go over to, now I'm connected to the course site. We're going to go to that same path, Themes, Child Themes, And we see we don't have that folder here. So I'm just going to recreate that same directory. So create directory. I'm going to paste in what I copied from the other site and save. Okay, so now we've got that templates, dashboard, promotions folder. I'm then going to take this folder or this file that I've already built out. I'm going to copy it down to my workstation. I'm then going to copy it up to Canvas in that same exact location. There we go. So that's done. And let's refresh our page. We are on the new site. Refresh, promote. There we go. So now you've got this down here. I've already set this up, built it, configured it for you and everything. If we click on this now, we see that it goes to the Canvas site, but it does take us where we want, which is support. And we could drop it down here further into promotions if we wanted. So for example, let's get out of these pages. Let's open our support page. I'm going to circle back and do this on the Canvas site too. I thought I had done this, but apparently not. I'm going to put a CSS ID on this container, so listing promotions. So select the container, advanced tab, CSS ID, and remember, so when I clicked on that link, it's looking for promotions. So that's what we got to put for an ID. So I'm going to put promotions here. And save changes. And we know this URL right here is wrong. We need to fix that domain, right? Okay, so back in FileZilla, I'm going to edit this, choose promotions file. So right click, edit, and I'm just going to do a search for the word Canvas. There we go. And we know we need to change this to our actual domain. So online directory.club, and then save our changes, close the file, upload it to our server when it prompts us. Go back in here and let's go back a level and refresh the page. Okay, refresh, promote. Remember, we just edited this link to go to our actual domain, and it should drop us down into the exact area for promotions on our support page. There we go. Boom. Now they can learn all about their promotions. Cool stuff. Okay. What else? Okay. So yeah, we were on the reach further page. Let's go back down here, reach further. So we covered the promotions, Google reviews. We're going to get to that. But upgrading plan should take us again to our listings. And as the instructions say, ready to gain more trust, click the button below and the switch plan icon on the listing you wish to upgrade. So upgrade plan, and then we said switch plan. And because we have WooCommerce subscriptions and we have WooCommerce upgrade, downgrade, switching plans, we have that enabled, then this is all working great. It says our current plan is package 4. We already have the top plan. So there's nothing that we need to do in this particular case, okay? So we've already got the top tier. All right, let's go back a level, back another level. And what's next? Store. So upgrade plan, ready to boost revenue, click the button below and switch plan. Oh yeah, so what this was talking about, a brain fart, was selling products. So again, like the multi-vendor store. So upgrading to package level 4 allows you to do that. So it would be the same process as what we just went to. We're trying to get them into our upper tier plan. So with this particular section, we're saying, hey, if you go to our top level plan, you're going to be allowed to sell products in your listings. And that's part of using WooCommerce product vendors, which we'll get to a little bit later. All right, moving on down. Here's your some of your advertising if you want to do that in there. Booking, we'll get to this too. Again, we're trying to drive them to package level 4. Upgrade plan, same thing. We'll get to that later. Verified badge, again, package level 4. Keep trying to drive them to your highest level package, and then get them into your newsletter here at the bottom. All right, guys, that wraps up the ad listing flow, the customer journey, and yeah, I think this is a pretty powerful lesson. Lots going on, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next lesson. See ya.